Hey guys, I'm finally starting my Lancia project. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to be putting on today. The main thing I think is this carpet, which will make a huge change. But I got parts pretty much scattered all over my garage, just waiting to be put on. Also got a new shifter, which I think will make it also pretty nice change. As you can see how the car is sitting right now, it's not in the best condition. Especially the carpet. This carpet is actually just disgusting. There's missing screws and stuff here and there and whatever. And a lot of other things I need to do to button up the interior, but for the most part it is together. I didn't order the seat covers yet. I will probably do that sometime soon. Also gonna try and fix the headliner sag, but pretty much just restoring the interior to a much better condition and adding some upgrades along the way. I also got new pedals and like a kick plate for the passenger. It should be pretty nice once I get it all done. I guess I'll just go ahead and start by taking out the seats and see from there. I don't really know what I'm doing, but hopefully it goes well. So making some progress. I got one of the seats out, but the problem is the driver's side because one of the bolts is just completely stripped, and it's like an Allen head bolt, and it's a pretty large bolt, and I don't have an extractor to get it out, so I'm probably gonna have to go to the Home Depot or something and pick something up. I tried like drilling it out a little bit, that didn't work. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna start removing this little center piece, give me up some more room to help me get the seat out. Good thing is I'm finally gonna get rid of all these switches and this disgusting shifter that was hand built, I think. As you can see, if you screw this all the way off, it reveals just pretty much a regular bolt that I think was welded onto the shaft. Just because of the way that cut, I'm pretty sure they cut off the head of a bolt and just welded this on and used this random shift knob, which is pretty awful. Okay, so I took a little break, got some food, went to Home Depot and bought everything I could to remove this bolt. And this like stupid as seen on TV speed out thing actually works. It's like, it's barely grabbing it, but it's just enough to get that bolt out. And that makes me extremely happy because it's much better than just drilling it out. It actually tried drilling out a little bit before I went to Home Depot, and it looks like I was pretty close to finishing it, but just did not want to get off from me. But that's that, and I can pull the seat out. Finally got the center console out. This carpet just looks more and more disgusting the more I see of it. The center console piece is pretty gross too. I'm gonna clean that out. I still gotta deal with all this extra wiring. I'm not really sure because this stuff never worked in the car. So I'm gonna try and see if I can remove all this without causing any issues in this car. I don't really know what wiring is factory or not, but I know for a fact all this red cable and these little resistors are all aftermarket, and they need to be taken off because I don't like that at all. But I'm pretty close to getting the carpet out, I think. Just gonna pick up all this change and all my tools and take off these little door sills, and I should be ready to take it off. I got off all the trim pieces, pretty much surrounding the edges of the interior and the carpet. Cleaned them up a little bit. They look a lot better than they did. But I think the carpet's ready to come out. I don't think there's anything else holding it in. I didn't take out the full seatbelt assembly. I just unbolted from that little spot because I don't really feel like taking it all out because I don't need to change out the pillars. But pretty sure I'm ready to go. Probably just gonna throw this carpet out because I don't see any point in keeping this. It's absolutely disgusting. So not really sure how to dispose of it, but I'll figure that out. So I got the carpet out. It was absolutely disgusting. Just actually having to manhandle that. Like, I think I need to see my primary care physician after that, get a few shots. I don't know, it was disgusting. But here's what's underneath. Tons of change and more dirt, of course, but I'm gonna clean this all up, fix out some of that wiring because that I don't know what's going on with, and then hopefully mount the new carpet in. Also gonna do the shifter while I'm at it. I don't know if I showed that, but it's over here somewhere. This new shifter should be a lot nicer. I like the black ball shift knob, and it's a lot nicer quality. And got a Alcantara shift boot and whatnot. Should be real nice. I also forgot to mention that I am going to be removing all the speaker wire that's in the car, and most importantly, rerouting the battery to under the hood where it should be. Because this was just a really bad job they did, removing the battery from the front, removing it, or putting it to the trunk. I took off all the electrical tape around here. This just looks disgusting. I don't know. Half of these wires I don't think are stock. I don't think this loom is stock. It's pretty awful. Hopefully the car runs after I remove all this stuff. I do have different coil packs and stuff, because I think they made like a separate custom harness just to run coil packs right here with all this weird wiring. It's a mess. A worst case scenario, I'll probably have to buy a new harness, which I planned on doing eventually when I pulled the engine. So might have to do that sooner than later. But hopefully I can get it running after I change all this out. Pretty happy I could get all that wiring out. I think that this is just the stock stuff, except for these extra blue wires. And yellow, the blue and yellow, but the red should be factory, I believe. So I should be able to just hook up the battery easily to that. Hopefully. I don't really know. I'm gonna ask the shop I've been talking to, probably for more confirmation on that. But that should make it run. So I don't think that's as scary as I thought it would be. I still need to remove these speaker wires, but I'm getting close. Also gotta just clean up. Probably clean this all up. I mean, it's like just insulation. Should be able to clean up nicely with just some light compound or light cleaning product. Slowly making progress. I got the headliner off. Wasn't too bad, to be honest. I'm just separating the plastic trim from the actual headliner material, and then hopefully I can like glue it back, but not really sure how it's gonna go. So I went ahead and removed the material from the headliner. Removed all the foam and pretty much vacuumed it all off, so it should be good to put this on. Hopefully it works. If not, I guess I can always buy another headliner. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, leave it in the sun, and see how it turns out. So we just got done with the headliner. There's some like small wrinkles here and there. It's probably like an 8 out of 10, but at the end of the day, the material's a little beat. So I'm probably gonna have an upholstery shop professionally do it at some point when I get some new material for that. Other than that, in the meantime, I'm probably just going to clean the rear seats and start reassembling that while I wait for the headliner to dry. So, small update, I guess. I finished doing the headliner. It's not sagging. It doesn't look too bad. This spot's still dirty. I'm going to keep rubbing at that with some Sonax to try and get rid of it. For the most part, it really doesn't look bad. There's some small creases you can kind of notice, but it's a big improvement from what it was. Next thing, I'm gonna shove the carpet and do the shifter, and I'm probably gonna call it quits for the day. I'll be honest, the headliner kind of kicked my ass. Took a little bit more out of me than I thought it would, getting it up there by myself. Probably need a second hand when you're doing one of those, but you know, we're moving along, I guess. Here's the car with black carpet. I think it looks a lot better. Cleans up the whole interior, and immediately it doesn't smell like it used to. Definitely had that old car smell that I desperately wanted to get rid of. I haven't fully put on all the trim pieces yet. I'm still figuring out some of the wiring over here, but to be honest, it's about 8 p.m. right now. I started at 9 a.m. I'm pretty worn out, so I think I'm gonna cut it today. Sorry for the probably shorter video on this car. I didn't get as much as I wanted to do done. But I'm really satisfied with the headliner and the black carpet, and just cleaning up these rear bucket seats, and cleaning up these rear bench seats. It's been really nice. So I don't have too much more. The rest of the things I need to do for the interior is obviously the shifter, which is going to be a big change. I need to fix this little box. The lock on this is messed up. I have a kit to fix that. Removing some more of this wiring. Gotta get rid of all of that. I ended up just cutting these wires. They were connected to the ignition switch on the shifter. So I'm gonna trace those wires another day as well. And I think that's it for the interior. I have floor mats as well that just obviously shove in here. But once I get the seats in, the shifter and everything, it should be pretty solid. Hopefully I don't run into any issues with the electrical situation here, but it doesn't look too bad once I remove the old ignition. Where is it? It doesn't look too bad once I removed all this stuff. That was a lot of just wiring that didn't do anything because the car started on its own without this, which I'm curious. Watch it just not start now, but I don't have a battery in the car to test it, and I still have those other ends of these wires just kind of in there live, so it probably wouldn't be a good situation. Next video will probably be me finishing the interior, and then after that I will probably work on the engine bay. I'm not doing too much of the engine bay, mainly maintenance and rerouting the battery back to the front, which makes me kind of remove a lot of the aftermarket stuff that was on this car. Right now I'm pretty much just reverting this car back to stock in a way, with like some slight upgrades, but nothing too crazy, because there's just been some like act jobs done to this car that need fixing. So anyways, thanks for watching.